All right. Welcome, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm an old guy gaming. And tonight, we're going to do just a short stream. And we're going to work a little bit more on the Cylon Raider here. The goal tonight is to get the edges of the wings done and start building out the wings a little bit more. Because there's going to be a more than one layer on the ship here. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And hopefully we'll get a few more people in here before the stream's over, and then I'm going to actually start a giveaway to celebrate my achieving affiliate status with Twitch, which happened this morning, as a matter of fact. Happened officially this morning. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. I got a pretty good supply of hardened steel blocks. I had to get those from taking apart the Crash Titan over there. I've pretty much completely taken that down to just about nothing. There's probably still a few more blocks, still buried under the ground. Thank you, Roboticus. Appreciate it. And welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. Appreciate it. So yeah, there might be a couple more blocks from the ship still buried in the dirt, but everything that I could see have dug out, and that gives us 2 full stacks, and then a few more, of the hardened steel blocks, and that should be enough for us to get done what we need to tonight in the stream. It's not even close to going to be enough to complete the ship itself. This build is huge. It's an enormous build for a small vessel. Excuse me, and the block count on this thing is crazy. And like I said, I still have hundreds and hundreds, probably even thousands of more blocks to put on this thing, to finish out the wings, and then, whatever I ultimately do with the fuselage. Now, this ship is actually supposed to be, right now it's just straight all the way back, but it's actually supposed to kind of, curve up a little bit and then kind of curve back down in the back. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to attempt to do that or not. So that's still kind of up in the air. What I might do is I might just leave the, the first version of the first, complete version of it straight, and then maybe attempt to do, like a version 2 later with a more curved fuselage. I just haven't decided yet. It's just, like I said, it's such a large build that it's taken me long enough just to do, as much as I'm planning on doing. But I do want it to look as cool as it possibly can. So, we're gonna see it through to the end, and then hopefully it'll be an awesome ship once it's done. I'm gonna have to have some serious horsepower on this thing though too, just because of the bulk of it and the mass of it and everything with all the blocks. Because I've did a little bit of testing in creative mode with a copy of this ship as it is right now. And it needs major thrusters, and it needs major RCSs to even just turn the thing because it's so large. But we'll get it done. The good news is we have a lot of space inside the fuselage here, to put RCSs and to put, can't get my squirrely drone down here, to put RCSs and to put, more generators if need be. I have 4 Jennies in it at the moment. And we'll just, the only way I'm going to really know if that's going to be enough is, to finish it out, get all the mass on it that it's going to have, and then, go fly it around and just see, what the power consumption is. So we're going to start with 4 Jennies and we'll go from there. But I guarantee I'm going to have to put probably somewhere upwards of 40 to 50, maybe even 60 RCSs in this thing just to get the damn thing to turn around. So it's pretty crazy. Anyway, all right, so let's get rolling with this. And like I said, we'll kind of hold off on the giveaway, and hopefully a few more people will join up. I know I kind of started this a little later, but I had to get a couple things set up, kind of change some of my alerts around because, now that I can accept subscribers and bits and that sort of thing, I had to get some alerts set up for that and, kind of figure out how to do the giveaway because this is the first time I've used this type of a giveaway. And based upon, the Streamlabs chatbot. So, depending upon, you know, how many people join up later, I'll start it at some point, maybe halfway into the stream, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, let's get started with the build here, and then we'll see how far we can get tonight. And by the way, this isn't going to be a super long stream either, guys. I'm thinking maybe, you know, 2 hours at the most. Probably end up somewhere around 11 o'clock, just because, you know, I don't want to be up late tonight. I got work tomorrow and all that sort of thing. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started on this thing. So first of all, we're going to put the symmetry plane in place. And I think that's about where it needs to go. And then let's test it, make sure that it is putting blocks where we're expecting it to. And it looks like it is, so that's good. Very good. And now, I think what we'll do is we'll take care of the inside edge of the wings first. I also, just so you know, I did a little bit more trimming and cutting of the wings off camera. There's just a couple of things on this side that weren't matched up with this side, so I got those so that they're basically exactly the same on both sides. And, you know, if you've never done this before, if you're not familiar with building an Empyrion, it's always better, it's more efficient to try and put the shape together while you're adding blocks, as opposed to trimming it later. And the reason for that is when I add a block over here, the symmetry plane will mirror that on this side. But unfortunately, if I take a block away, if I trim a block on this side, it doesn't do it on that side, so I have to do it twice. That being said, though, sometimes it's simpler to kind of, like sculpting, right? Kind of get it partly together and then trim it up a little bit. And in that case, you just have to do it twice. So anyway, enough of that stuff. Let's go ahead and get started with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to, for this block here, I think what we're going to do, we're going to take that one out. And this one's kind of a weird one. I couldn't really find a really good fit for this one. So, I'm probably going to put that there for now, and subject to change later, of course. And I guess I'm gonna have to do that manually over here too, because this block, like I said, doesn't come out when you remove it. So let's flip that around there. I think that's what we wanted, right? To get up a little higher so I can actually see it here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and then the other thing I have to do is I have to take off... Wait a minute, what? Yeah, that's right. I gotta remove those blocks. No, wait a minute, that's not right. Hold on a second. I think I'm already confusing myself. Let's put those back and put this back. And I want to actually start one more block forward with this. So it's this one right here that needs to come out and have the that corner block. Okay. So we'll flip that around, put that guy in there. Okay. So now, these blocks are basically just going to be the slopes. Like so. And then I think in here, we put that corner, like that. And then we put this corner here. Okay? So that's kind of how, we're gonna handle these 90-degree corners, putting these blocks in like so. So let's do all of the slope blocks first. We'll get those in place. No, not right there. We got to put the corner block in there. Might actually be a better idea for me to do all the corner blocks first. Let's do that. Okay, So yeah, let's put the corner blocks in first, and then we'll do the slope blocks. Because in some cases, when it's a pretty sharp corner like this one is, we only do corners and angles. Is that right? We put that there and that there? I think so. Or not. No, that doesn't look right. I messed something up already. This can be really confusing, you know. Yeah, okay. I think what we'll put there is the smaller corner block. All right, yeah, so let's just keep going. It is kind of important, you know, that I get it correct the first time, because if I don't, you know, then I have to go back and try and fix it. And again, I have to try and fix it on both sides, and it can get a little confusing in that situation. So we'll put all these guys in here like so. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. And what did I do wrong there? Do I actually have a block that's not matched up? What the hell? Almost like this is missing a block. And this one. Huh. You know what? Something's off kilter here. Because all of these are not right. So I must not have had them completely matched up. So, that being the case, let's pop up here again for a second and look at this kind of from a bird's eye view. This side here looks correct. So I must have been off on this side somehow. Either that or my symmetry plane's acting weird. Could have sworn, though, that I counted that and everything was correct. Alright, well, let's take this out. We'll figure it out. We might have to, yeah, you know what? I think that's just it. I think it just was one block off all the way down this way. Whoops, not there. It's the only thing that makes sense. But we're going to double check it anyway. So let's get this guy out of here. Okay. Hey, Chops. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining me on the stream tonight, man. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. All right, we're going to have to double check this now before we proceed, because you know what, though? It sure looks correct now. It really does. But let's do this. Let's go. Okay, so we're 2 blocks back here. 3 blocks this way. 4 blocks this way. 4 blocks this way. So let's just check it there first. So that's 3, 3, 4, 4. Okay? So we have 3. Wait a second. No, did I say 3? There's 4 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I said 3 first. Okay, now let's check this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's correct to that point. I'll take these blocks back off in a second. I'm just using them as placeholders for the moment. Okay. Oh, listen to While You Drive Home for Work. Awesome, dude. Okay. Sounds good, man. I won't expect you to do a whole lot of chatting then not while you're driving. Okay, so starting from here now, we go back again, another 4, and then another 4, and then another 4, and then 5. Okay, and we'll put that as a marker. Okay, so we should have 4, 4, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's correct back to that block. Let's check it back here further. So now we have 6, and we have 6, and we have 5. So 2 6s and a 5 to that point. Yeah, I know. I do the same thing. In fact, I've done that with you before, as a matter of fact. Just put the stream on the phone and listen while you're driving. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it matches back to that point. Let's just check it all the way back just to make sure. Because I could have sworn that was correct, and if it and sometimes the symmetry plane that gets off by one block, that could have been it, but we need to double check it anyway. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To there, and you know what? Let's just count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. Now what we'll do is we're going to starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should have 3 sections of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's good to there. Then we have it goes diagonal once. Well, no, we have 2. Okay, yes, yeah, so we have 2, then we have 3, then we have 2. Okay, so 2, 3, 2. We have 2, 3, and then 2. Okay, and then we have 2 and 2, and then 2 full ones going this way. Okay, so we have 2 and 2 and 2 full ones going that way, and then we have a corner, a ramp, and then another corner. And here we have a corner, okay, yeah, that's right, corner, ramp, and another corner. Okay, we're good. So we have double checked that, and the inside portion of these wings is exactly matching. So if we have blocks misplacing, it's the symmetry plane and not me, and we'll have to reset it at that point. So let's pick up all these marker blocks and then we'll continue. And we'll just keep an eye on it and see what it does. Mr. Nice Bobby, how are you doing tonight, sir? Thank you for joining the stream. All right, so now that that's done, we should be able to continue on. We've got all the corner pieces in. Something still doesn't look right here, though. It's right on this side, I'm thinking, but not on this side. So we got to figure that out next. So let's remove Um, I don't think that goes there. I think this needs to be this. Like that. Okay? I think that's matching now, right? Yeah, that should be matching. Okay, let's fill this part out here with these corners. Okay. I think that's about right. And then we also want to hit... is that what we want? Yeah. I think so. No. No, no. We want this one. This is confusing, guys. It's like hard on my old brain here. Okay. And then here we want... is that what I want? Yeah, I think that's what I want. And then here we'll put another corner. Like so. And then that should bring us to here, where we can pop that corner in. And that gets us caught up to this point right here. Okay. When we get to the longer sections, it'll be a little simpler. It's just these kind of tighter corners that it gets a little strange sometimes. And I'm not even sure if I did this right, actually. I wonder if what I should do instead, now that I look at this, I think this needs to be different. I think this needs to be that guy, and this needs to be that guy. Yeah. I like that better. Okay, so that means on this side, we also need to take those two out, put that one in, and put this one in. There. I like it. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Now, I'm also thinking that this should come back out. Okay, hold on a sec. Let's temporarily mark it so we know where we're at. And we'll use that. Okay. So that needs to be 2 flat blocks right there. Okay, does that match? Yes, that matches. Okay. Now, we want this to be a slope. 2 slopes. Does that look right? Yes. I think that's correct. And then we put corners in here like that. Okay? Marvelous, darling. You look marvelous. Who knows what that or who said that? It was one of his trademark slogans. You look marvelous. All right. Next, we have 3 slope blocks. There. there, and there. And we have a corner block. Looking good? I think so. Okay. And then we have more slope blocks to here. And another corner block. Beautiful. So far, so good. Symmetry plane is behaving, which leads me to believe I probably just didn't have it perfectly even on both sides. And then these guys just go right in there and fill that spot in. Okay. And then we want to put those guys there. And we're just going to finish this out, and then we'll come back and do the corners. Just like so. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the points yet, so I'm just going to leave those the way they are for now. Okay, let's just check this to make sure it all looks good. It does. I think everything is where it's supposed to be. And then we're going to put these corners in. Like this. And voila. That, my friends, takes care of the inside edge of the first layer of these enormous wings. Now, I'm not super happy with this, but I don't know what to do with it. There's not a block that I have found that fits perfectly in there. Unless you guys see it and I don't. I mean, this is what I had in there. There's this one. But, that's what it looks like when it's in there. Okay. So that doesn't work. There's this one here. That looks even worse. Okay. So the only thing that, fits reasonably well in there is this guy. Or we could just do that, but, that looks stupid too. Or, we could do this. But then, then we have that big gap there. So I don't know, I don't know if this looks better or that looks better. There's less of a hole here with this one than if we use the ramp blocks. So that's kind of why I went with this. But they need a block, that's the same exact shape as this, but it comes out a little further, so it would fill in that corner right there. But there's nothing in in the shapes that does that I've been able to find. So we're gonna run with that for now, and if you guys know a better way of doing that, let me know. But I haven't found it myself. There is actually one more block we could try. And that would be this one here. What we'd have to do, though, is we'd have to rotate it. Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to fit in there. No. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna go with this one. It fits the best. It's still not perfect, but it fits the best out of all the options that I have to work with here. Okay. So that takes care of the inside wings, except for the very, very tips here. And, you know, I might even, I don't know, maybe I might actually mount a couple of guns right on the tips. That could be kind of cool. There is a, whoops. There is a, you know, this thing. No, not that thing. There's a cylindrical point, you know, as a possibility. Or there's a pyramid, which would probably look better just because everything's square, you know. And the pyramid is this guy. So it does, you know, come to a point. So that's a possibility. I'll have to think about that. But what I might do, like I said, is I might actually put a couple of guns on the end. They wouldn't be, you know, they might be a bit exposed. I don't know. It depends upon, you know, how much more we're going to add to the wings. But the wings are pretty thin out in the front here. They get thicker as they go back this way. So, you know, we'll just have to see. We'll keep that option open and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so let's start working back on the outside now. So for these corners, we want to use these blocks here. Let me get that on the right axis. Okay. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we're just going to go along and pop these all in the corner to start with. Before we go any further than that, though, let's check over here and make sure that those are going where we want them to go. I believe they are. In fact, we can even work on this side. We just got to flip that around. Okay, so let's pop all these in. I'm excited about the ship, you guys. I think this ship's gonna be awesome when it's done. It's just, you know, it's more work than I anticipated, but that's fine. You know, I mean, it's something that if it's worth doing, it's worth doing. You know what I mean? I I almost think we might need to go a little bit wider. I don't know though. I don't know. That seems like the right line to me. Let me pop out here real quick and look at the web page that has the ship on it. If you guys are curious, this is what I'm looking at here. And you know, I'm using this ship as inspiration for this ship, but I'm not trying to make an exact replica. You know, so we need to keep that in mind too. But I don't know. If I look at this, you know, kind of more from bird's eye view, I kind of like the lines of it. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go with this for now. And I always, you know, reserve the right to change my mind later if I don't like it. So let's continue putting our corner pieces in. And we'll come right around the back here. Whoops. Flip that around. Why didn't that one place? That's weird. Everything else seemed to have placed okay. Just not that one there. Okay. Now, let's come on back to the front here. I almost think there should be more. What? Oh, hold on a sec. Let me redo that, guys. I didn't even know that was running yet. Let's see. Let's reset this. And what time is it? 9:30. I think what I'll do is I'll wait till 10 o'clock, and then I'll start the giveaway, and we'll run it for 30 minutes. Okay. And okay, so let me look at this again. I'm starting to think that starting to think we need a little more curvature right here. And maybe this actually does need to come out a little wider and then curve a little sharper in here. Now that I'm looking at it with the other stuff in place. Well, actually, wait, no, that's not a good idea. I shouldn't judge that yet because I don't have all the pieces in. So let's hold off on that. Okay, so we want to put these corners in like so. Not there though. Yeah, in fact, let's switch over now to. Well, I suppose we could put them here, just as long as I don't screw it up, like I just did there. Those all have to come out this way, and then we will fill in the ramp blocks. I'm going to put a marker here for a second. Just want to make sure that everything's also coming together correctly on this end. It looks like it is. Okay. All right, so let's keep going with these guys. And now we flip it around this way. Like so. Good. Okay. And then we'll come back here and we'll put in the slope blocks. I sure like the symmetry plane on this game. This would be such a big pain in the butt if we had to do the same thing on both sides manually. Especially when, once you start building the huge capital ships. Then it would be even more significant. Okay. let's take a look at this now. Well, that's definitely better, than what we were looking at before. I still think, though, that it could probably stand, become a little wider here. Maybe come out a little bit wider here and stay a little wider here, and then cut sharper over here. And maybe have this also come in a little more and cut sharper. The thing is if I'm going to make that change, now's the time to do it. I don't want to do it later once I start building out these wings more. And we're going to have to remove everything that we have already placed on these parts of the wings to do all that too. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I guess, it really comes down to how picky I want to be about making it look exactly like the actual Raider. And, that's not my goal anyway. My goal is to just use that as a basis for this ship. So, I don't know. Geez, I don't know. What do you guys think? Anybody have any opinions on that? Roboticus, what do you think, man? Think I should make this a little wider and curve around more, and then make this cut this in a little more too, so it's a little more there's more curvature there? Or do you think it's good as it is and we should just keep going? Let me know what you guys think. Nobody's won yet, Chops. You think it looks good the way it is, Roboticus? Okay, I was hoping you'd say that. I don't want to start over. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, let's just go with it, man. Let's just go with it. It's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close. Okay, we're just gonna go with it then. All right. I'll tell you what. Let's just go ahead. I'm not getting a whole lot more people in here, and it's probably just because it's so late. So let's go ahead and start the giveaway now. And hold on a second. You're hoping I overload the thrusters and it drops? Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, I've played around a little bit with it in creative mode in terms of, how many thrusters and stuff it needs, and it's actually not too bad for the rear thrusters, but it's going to need a lot more thrusters for vertical lift and all that sort of thing. So, all right, what time is it? It's 9:48. We're going to go till 11. So I'm going to run this for 60 minutes. And then, and hopefully we'll get a few more people in here by then too. And we'll go with that. Because we're going to end the stream at 11, so that'll give us about 10 minutes or so to do the giveaway towards the end of the stream. The decision has been made. Alrighty, so what are we doing next? We got all that done. Now we are going to also need to build out the lower part as well. And I'm also probably going to replace this thruster and this one with the double XL thruster. What is that? tell me what that actually requires. Actually, yeah, it's not that it doesn't need any special ores to make. Let's take a quick break from this and run back to the base and actually make a couple of those, because I think I have everything I need to do that. Because I want to kind of know, what I'm working with in terms of the size of the thrusters. So we'll go make a couple of those and come back and then put them in place and then go from there. Get Mr. Yellow Jacket going here. This actually is a pretty damn good little ship for something I kind of just threw together on a Saturday morning stream. I like it. It works pretty good. I spawned another one in on the multiplayer server too, but I left it on Akua. If you guys haven't caught that multiplayer stream, I'm going to stream it tomorrow night on my multiplayer server. And what I did was I basically left all of my equipment, everything I had, back on Akua, and took all the starter equipment, the stuff the game gives you to start with, and started over on Omicron. Just because I have never actually started on Omicron. I've been to Omicron before, after I was already established and geared up, but I've never started on the planet. So I wanted to kind of experience that, and it was actually quite a bit challenging for the first couple of hours. More than I was expecting. But still, really fun, though. I am enjoying it immensely. Okay, what are we doing? We're here to make small vessel thrusters, the extra large guys. And I want 2 of those. And we should have plenty of material to make those. What I'm shy on is saphium and neodymium. I only have like 5 neodymium and very little saphium. So what I'm planning on doing in my next YouTube episode is I'm probably going to head back to the moon. I started an outpost on the moon, and I have a couple YouTube videos up on that. And then I'm going to start looting the moon, and also there's a big cap ship wreck on the moon, and just see, if I can get some more of those materials. Is this my favorite game? Well, I think the honest answer there, Roboticus, is that it's one of my top favorite games. I also very, very much enjoy Ark Survival Evolved. However, I'm taking a break from Ark Survival Evolved because I have over 2,000 hours into the game. I will go back to it at some point, but I'm not playing it right now. I'm also a huge, huge 7 Days to Die fan, as Chops knows, the Mighty Chops. He plays 7 Days to Die on his channel too. Very much love that, and I'm having just an absolute amazing fun on playing Subnautica too, playing with Subnautica. So I'm streaming that on Wednesdays and Friday nights. So, favorite game? Nah, it wouldn't be fair to say it's my favorite game, but it's certainly in, I'd say my top 3 to 4 favorite games. So, I did not, no. Because it used to be, and maybe it still is in Alpha 7, I don't know, but it used to be that there was only a chance that the moon would have a derelict on it. So I didn't know if it would be there or not, but I saw it, the first time I visited the moon. 7 Days to Die for life. Yep, exactly. 7 Days to Die is absolutely amazing game. Can't wait till they come out with Alpha 17. It's going to be cool. Okay, so we got those 2 thrusters. Did you guys hear the little beeping there? Check this out. I got a motion sensor right there. So when I leave, what it does is it shuts the lights off. But you have to actually go all the way through it. So when I come down, it turns the lights on. Actually, what it does is it turns the lights on and it turns the food processors on. Speaking of which, I should probably check the fuel in here. Okay. But then when I leave, It turns the lights off and the food processors. Everything else I've left running because I need to keep it running. It's kind of hard to tell though because it's just really bright down there anyway. But the lights did go off. So I also set up a switch for the furnace so I can switch it from outside the room instead of inside and roast my nuts off. Speaking of the moon, look at that guy. Awesome. Okay, let's head on back and put these engines in place so we kind of know what we have to work with. It looks so small from here, right? But when you get up to it, it's ginormous. That's kind of funny how that works. Park this guy right down here in the corner. I'm also a huge... yeah, it'll definitely use less power if you turn the lights off. In fact, I want to set some... I'm going to set some solar panels up on the moon base. And probably should do that here too. Yes, power conservation is important and it is definitely a factor. And also, the game will... you use power, there's an efficiency factor too. So for example, if I don't have enough generators on this ship, then the ship won't perform, at maximum efficiency if the generators are overloaded, essentially. Okay, so let's take these guys out. And we're going to have to make more room for these thrusters because these new thrusters are twice the length of the large ones. So they're the same diameter, but they're really long. Okay? And what we want to do is we want them to be even with the back thruster. So I'm just setting that there temporarily. I think that's even. So we know how much we have to cut away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got to go 6 back to cut it and make the cutout for this engine because it's huge. This is the largest engine you can put on a small vessel. And this ship's going to need it, trust me. Okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those blocks should not be standing there, but they still are. Alright. Now, let's pop this monster in here. And do I want to keep it down lower? Let's look at that for a second. Yeah, you know what? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I don't think I am going to do that. I think I'm going to keep it in the middle. I can always move them later. So this is not, we're not committing to this by any stretch of the imagination. We might as well pick this one up too while we're at it. Okay, let's go back this way, like so. And we're going to just put it in just like that. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Make sure, whoop, squirrely drone here. Make sure that they're even with the back, which it looks like they are. And then, I don't know if I'm going to put a third one back here or not. What I think I will do is once I get the, the ship built out, I'll start putting in RCSs and if need be more generators and fuel tanks and basically get all the equipment in there And once I have it all built out, if I have room, I might go ahead and pull all that stuff forward and then put a larger engine back here too. And of course, it all depends upon, how well it actually performs too. I mean, it might get in there and it might be just fine on the acceleration. And if it is, then we'll just leave it the way it is. What the hell's going on back here? Something's not right. That's not supposed to be that way. In fact, let's do this. Let's pull those blocks out. And I'm not going to be able to get this to match up anyway perfectly because of the angle. But let's put one of these in here. And we'll put one of these here. And then do a corner. Whoop. Something like that. That looks a little better. But, then we have this weird gap here, so not sure what we would do about that. But I guess I'm not going to worry about that right now anyway. Well, there's going to be a bunch of, little tweaking and fine-tuning and stuff like that we'll have to do. So, I want to get started with the next part of these wings here. Now, another thing I was thinking about is maybe bringing this out one more layer just to get, so it's not so blunt there on the end. Let's try it and just see what it looks like. So we're going to put Mr. Symmetry Plane back in place. Okay, let's test it, make sure it's actually working correctly. That might be off. Let me try it again with the actual square block. See it fly tonight? I wasn't planning on that, bro, but we could. I'd have to make the other thrusters. You want me to? Want me to do that? We could do that. We could do that. What am I doing? Oh, I'm testing to make sure that everything's set straight. See, it's off by one block. So when that happens, what you have to do is you have to, and it could be because I set the plane from the front instead of the back, so it's just off enough to not behave. So we click on it to move it away, and then click on it again to put it back in the center to reset it. And now let's see if it behaves. Beautiful. Okay. More importantly, will we see it crash? Well, no, we're not going to see it crash, okay? That's not going to happen, bro. That's not going to happen. But if we do end up taking it for a little test flight, I'm definitely going to save it to the blueprints first. In fact, it wouldn't hurt for me to do that right now. Let's do that. So we press Right Alt O. And we're going to save this as Raider B version 3. There we go. So that way, if worse came to worse, I can at least spawn it back in at the point that we left off. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to start working on the bottom build out and the top build out. And the way this works is this wing in the back, it's relatively flat. We are going to make it a little thicker. It's relatively flat, but then when it gets kind of to the center here, there's a raised portion of it. And what I'm planning, and that portion actually kind of goes off at an angle this way. I don't know if I'm going to attempt that or not with these blocks, because the thing is I mean, I could try it, I suppose, but it would be way easier for me just to make a straight raised area. But then what my plan is with that raised area is I'm going to put my vertical thrusters in a big row. So I don't know if you're looking at that link, that I put in chat earlier, but if you look at that, you'll see that there's kind of a raised area in the middle of those wings. And I don't know what the actual purpose of that is in the real ship, but it looks like it might be. Yeah, I have no idea. It might just not be anything, but just for decoration. Or maybe it's some kind of vents or something. I don't know. But, yeah, the thing is if we try to, well, okay. Sorry, I'm kind of thinking out loud here. If you want to see this thing fly tonight, we've got to make more thrusters. And it might actually not be a bad idea to do that and decide where they're going to be so then we can kind of build around them. My original plan was to build out the ship and then just punch out the holes where I want to put the thrusters. But it might actually make more sense to do it the other way. So let's do this. Let's head back to the base for a second. And we'll see what we can make in the way of thrusters. I'd kind of like... Oh, actually, you know what? Before we leave, let's try one thing real quick here. These are the large thrusters here. And I'd kind of, prefer to have fewer larger thrusters than a whole bunch of little ones. I don't know, though. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you for the follow. Let me get over to the chat here for a second, because I don't think I have it coming all the way down. Hold on a sec. What the hell's going on with my chat here? It should have announced that. I didn't quite catch the pronunciation of your name, but it looked like Emersonic or something like that. So I apologize, dude, if I'm butchering that. But thank you very much for the. Oh, there we goes. Emerson MCC. Did I pronounce that right? Emerson MCC. I think that's correct. So yeah, thanks, man, for the follow. Really appreciate it. Awesome. Make sure, Emerson, that you enter the drawing. You do that by typing ! Old Guy Rocks, and that'll enter you in for the drawing that we're going to have here in about 30 minutes or so. And let me look at that real quick. Oh, what the hell's going on? How come I don't have anybody in there? Oh, you know what? Everybody redo that again for me. Okay, so type in ! Old Guy Rocks. And let me make sure that something's going to go in there now. I'm going to do it too. But obviously I'm not going to let myself win. Yeah, okay, that went in. So everybody type it in again. ! Old Guy Rocks. Somebody type that in for me. I just want to make sure that it's actually going to work for you guys. Somebody? Anybody? Okay. Well, try it as soon as you can. All right, what are we doing? We were taking a look to see if... Oh, okay, thanks, guys. Let me check this now. Okay, Emerson MCC is in the drawing. Let's look at something here. Roboticus type, oh, hold on. I can actually check this. Hold on a second. Yeah, it should be putting your name in there. I don't know why it's not doing that. This is the first time I've tried to use this, so it's I'm still trying to figure it all out, you know. Oh, now your name's in there. It looks like it just took a while for it to update. Okay, good. So I see Emerson, MCC, and Roboticus, and Mighty Chops, and myself in the drawing. Of course, I'm not going to pick myself. I just wanted to test that. So perfect. Okay. And Mr. Nice Bobby, let's check that. Check and make sure your name got in there too. Yes, it is. Awesome. Okay, it's working. It's working. Whoop. Roboticus, you're going to forgive me if I crash the ship? That's funny. Aldous Fire, welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the channel. There is a requirement, Aldous, that you have to have 50 old guy points to enter it. I just do that, to prevent spammers and that sort of thing. Here's a little hint for you. If you follow me, you'll get 50 points automatically. Okay? But whether or not you want to do that, I do welcome you to the channel, and I thank you for joining us. All right, so I wanted to see if we actually went with these engines. These are pretty damn big. But remember, we're gonna have a raised area on the wing. So I just want to try a little experiment here. Let me get back in my drone. Somewhere probably, oh geez, drone, knock it off. Probably right about where I'm standing, actually. Let's pop out a square right here. Okay. Oh, no, we're going to need, looks like we're going to need a 3x3 square for this thing. This might be a little bit big, guys. I'm not sure. I haven't decided that yet. I just want to kind of see what it's going to look like if we slide it down in there. Thank you, Aldo's Fire. Really appreciate the follow, brother. You definitely can now enter the contest. All right, let's punch out another spot here. No, not there. Put that back. Now, can I get this to go in here? I might have to actually go down. Probably, I'm thinking, well, let's try that. I think it needs to come down another layer. But let's flip this one around. And yeah, let's stick that one there. I don't know, man. Those might be one size too big for that. I am gonna build like a little cover over the top of these because that's what the Raider has. Let's try something here. Let's take this back off. And I want to put it here, but have it up a block. Like that. Yeah, I think these are too big. So we're gonna have to go with probably the medium engines here. Because the bottom part of the wing, it's not going to come down this low. That's too far down, I think. Let me look at this again. Yeah, that's too far down. Okay. So I think what we'll do, guys, is we're going to go with the next size down, which I think is the medium. So I think these are the large engines. So let's, for the moment, we'll just fill this back in. And then let's run to the base and make some engines. Mr. Nice Bobby, I'm going to we're going to stream multiplayer tomorrow night on the server, and I believe I have all the materials that I need to make it. So when I get in, I'm going to go ahead and get it started in the factory and bring it in. So yeah, definitely we'll do that tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to trying it out. Whoa! I also found a permanent spot for my base on Omicron too. I'm pretty excited about it. But I'm not gonna give it away now. It'll be a surprise. I'll show you tomorrow. You just lost it? You'll rebuild it using a blueprint? Oh, you lost it playing. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, that happens. It happened to me on Saturday stream. Aldo's Fire, have you been looking at Empyrion and want to see how the gameplay is? Okay, awesome. Yeah, well, hopefully I can help you with that, man. Mr. Nice Bobby also streams the game. He and I play multiplayer together along with some other people. I don't think Chops plays Empyrion. He's my 7 Days to Die buddy, but I'm trying to talk him into it. And then Roboticus, do you play Empyrion? I can't remember. But I can tell you, Aldous Fire, that this game is absolutely amazing. One of my all-time favorite games. I've been playing it almost as long as it's been out, though I did take a bit of a break from it and missed a couple of major updates, but I'm back with it and will probably continue playing it indefinitely. Another thing too, I don't know if you guys, you don't have it, okay. If you guys haven't, read the next alpha, which will be Alpha 8, I am so looking forward to that, because here's the thing. Right now, in vanilla Empyrion, if you don't mod it, right, you have something like seven or 8 planets in a single solar system that you can go to. The planets are about 32 square kilometers in surface area, which is sizable. It definitely is sizable, but that's all the bigger they are. Okay? In Alpha 8, what I read was that they're increasing the size of the planets to something like over 2,000 square kilometers. They're going to be absolutely enormous in size, and they're adding more planets too, and enlarging the solar system. So I'm really looking forward to that. Plus, they're going to be making a whole bunch of other changes too with the game, but that's probably one of the big things that they're going to do that a lot of people are looking forward to. The longer-term goal of this game, from what I understand, I should get to making some stuff while I'm jabbering here, is that they're going to, we have the largest, right? The 373s. So we want to go down to the 252s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make 12 of these buggers and see, where that gets us. So anyway, the longer term plan for the game is that they're going to actually extend it to interstellar proportions, which means that there's going to be multiple solar systems rather than just one solar system that you can travel to planets, and then of course have even more planets. But just the fact that they're increasing the size of the planets to from 34 square or 32 square kilometers to 2,000 and some odd square kilometers is just mind blowing. I mean, they're going to be enormous, absolutely enormous planets. So really, really looking forward to that too. Oh, okay. So Roboticus and Aldous Fire, both of you guys, and Chops too. I mean, if you guys win the contest, I will buy a copy for you, or any game, equivalently priced game of your choice. And of course, if anybody subscribes to me tonight and wins, then I'll get you a $50 game. I just got the reason I'm doing the giveaway, by the way, in case you guys didn't know, is I just got my affiliate status with Twitch this morning, and so I thought, let's do a stream, let's celebrate, let's do a giveaway. So that's why we're here. I don't normally stream on Monday night, but it's one of those things, all right. So what are we doing? We're waiting for these engines. Bobby, have you read the notes for Alpha 8? The little preview that Elion gave us on the website there? Yeah, that's one way to put it. Empyrion is kind of like Space Engineers, but it's more survival exploration uh, oriented, whereas Space Engineers is more building oriented. But there is a lot of similarities between the games. So that's another pretty reasonable comparison as long as you make those distinctions, I think. No, I just actually got it this morning. I got my 50 followers a couple of weeks ago, but that business trip that I went on in late December, early January, where I was gone for 2 weeks, caused me to lose the requirement where you had to have an average of 3 viewers over a 30-day period, and so I kind of had to, basically stream for the entire month of January to get that particular requirement back. But I hit it on Saturday, and then Monday they approved it. So really happy about that. What am I doing? I'm looking at the giveaway. Okay. You guys don't need to type the old guy rocks in more than once. Your name's already in there, so there's no reason to type that in a second time. I mean, you can if you want to. It's not going to hurt anything, but just letting you know. And by the way, the giveaway has about 27 more minutes to go, because I do have it on a timer. So about 10:50, we'll pretty much be done with the stream, and then we'll use that last 10 minutes or so to actually do the giveaway. Okay, so we're looking for engines, but yeah, I highly recommend this game. I really do. I play it on my YouTube channel, I stream it, and just love it to death. It's definitely one of my favorite games, and when they come out with that next release with those ginormous planets and adding more planets, I might be playing this even more than I already do. I'm really looking forward to that. So, what are we doing? We got 5 engines there, and we have 7 more to go. Let's wait for one more. And then what we'll do is we'll head back with 6, and we'll get the vertical thruster set up on the wings, and then we'll come back and get the other ones for our laterals. And then we'll give the ship a test run. Now, keep in mind, though, that the ship, it's not done. I'm going to be adding quite a bit more mass to it when I build out the wings and put more equipment in it. So even if it did perform well today, it's, that doesn't mean it's got everything that it needs. That's a capital vessel RCS. We're definitely going to need RCSs too. I can tell you that right now. In fact, you know what? Yeah, we'll just wait. Let's queue up a whole mess of these. I'm going to make at least 30 more of those, because I know I'm going to need them. I really do. From just some basic testing, that I did in creative mode. Let's eat something. How about some ratatouille? Nom, nom. Good stuff. I need to actually make some more food here. Got lots of veggies, but I need to... Do I have any meat? We need to go hunting. We need to go hunting, man. Well, we'll do that later. This is my garden. Got lots of good crops grown in there, so... the game, like I said, the game is more like games such as 7 Days to Die and even Ark in some ways from the survival aspect of it, but then it has similar but simpler building aspects to it, like Space Engineers. And the funnest thing ever, of course, you guys, is to build your own ship and then be able to fly it. That is just something just really satisfying, I guess, about that. Alright, so let's head on back over this way. And I just use the mouse and keyboard on the game. I don't even think there is any native controller support. You'd have to use a mapping program. But it works well enough for the mouse and keyboard. It's not that difficult to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to plop these engines down. So we have 6 of these guys. And probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a row of these on each wing. And it's just really kind of a matter of how many is appropriate. And I won't really know that until I try it, you know? So my gut's telling me that I think what we're going to want to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, whoop, here, let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. I think that's about where I want that. Yeah. So let's pop a hole here. And we'll take these back down for a second. And we'll make a spot for, whoops, the engines, because I'm going to sink them down into the wing a little bit. So I'm thinking probably something, if we come down a little bit more, let's just look at that for a minute. See, that's, now I'm probably going to raise that up, because remember, right now it's right dead center, but I'm going to put another layer on the underneath side of the wing, so once that's in place, then it wouldn't quite be center. Plus, the other thing is that, this is going to have a little bit of a raised portion on the wing anyways, because that's the way the Raider looks. So all that said, I think these are going to go up one block, and let's also flip it. So I want it right about one more there. Okay, and then we'll take this down and this one down and raise them up. Guess I'll have to get underneath the ship again. Okay. And then I think what we'll do is we'll put another downward facing thruster. But the idea is we'll have a minimum, of 2 up and 2 down once we get the other ones made. So this guy we want to flip around. Oh, I probably actually need to put it up here. There we go, like that. And, again, the idea is that this is going to, be raised up and covered up to the top. So those are protected. Plus, that's the way the ship looks anyway. And then the bottom part of the wing will probably just have one more layer. So it'll come even with the bottom of the thruster. So that's just about right in terms of the placement, I think. Okay. So what did I made 12 of those things, right? So we also are going to want at least 2 laterals. Well, I'm sure we're going to want more than just 2 laterals. But if we put another downward thruster here, that gives us 4 more, and then that would give us 2 laterals on each side. That's probably not going to be enough, but it'll probably at least be enough for us to get the thing off the ground and kind of fly it around a little bit. So let's go back to the base and see if that stuff's done. Well, what time is it? Let's actually work a little bit more first before we go back there, because I don't think those are done yet. So let's start putting on the next layer. And I think we'll do this on the bottom. So this is going to be kind of weird because I'm going to be working upside down here. But the general idea is I want to keep the... Oh, you know what? I was also going to extend these out a little further too, wasn't I? So let's do this. We'll pop that guy in there. That guy in there. And then put the corner piece here in. Like so. And like so. Yeah, I like that better. It gives it a little more flair, so it's not just kind of coming to a, you know, a flat spot. Oh, you know what, Bobby? That's right. I keep forgetting about the page up and page down keys. Thank you for reminding me that. I knew I could do it, but I completely didn't register in my brain. So I was messing with that in creative mode. So what he's saying is if I have a block placed and I hit page down or page up, see how it moves it up and down? You know, very handy. So thanks for reminding me, man. Oh, let's see. Chops, you beat pain flames down the side of this. Everyone knows flames make things go fast. Oh, you mean paint? Oh, okay, yeah, you you put the correction there. I was like, oh, what the hell is he talking about? That's funny. Bobby, don't give me any shit, man. This thing's hard to build. It's hard to build. Hurts my brain. Okay. What I challenge you to do, Mr. Nice Bobby, is once I've finished this, I'll put it up on the workshop, you download it, and then you modify it and see if you can come up with something better. And if you can, that'd be awesome, actually. All right, so what am I going to do here? I think what I would like to do is go something more shallow on the bottom. Like maybe something like this. No, that's what I wanted. So we could do something along those lines. And then if we do that, you know, then the next block we would put is the ramp top. Whoop. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that. We are probably going to run into a problem with the corners, though, if we do this. Because what I would do is I'd put this in here. No, that's not right. We could put this one in here. Yeah, see, this starts to get a little confusing. So what I might end up doing... What are our options? Let's just look for a second here. All right, we got these guys. So we could do this on the, you know, on the diagonals. But the problem is I don't think there's a block that fits in those spots. Because I think I was messing with this the other day and I couldn't figure that out. Our options would be... what are our options? There's a thin corner here, but it sticks up too high. See? So that doesn't fit in there. It's really it's the what we need. It just needs to be shorter and at a shallower angle so it fits in there. Another option would be something like, no, not that. Like this. Which we could do, but then, whoops. But then we have, kind of some weirdness going on under here. But it might be weirdness that we can live with, though. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you confirm that then. I like I said, I tried to mess with this a little bit in creative, and I couldn't get it to work right. So if we left it like that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. Now, the other way is just leave it like that. And then it's just going to kind of have this little diamond pattern, which doesn't completely suck, I guess. I almost wonder, too, if we're going to do that, if we should... What we could do is take these back off. Because, I don't want this to be really thick down here. And we could go with these guys. Right? And just fill it in with the half blocks like that. Let's put a couple more rows of that in and just kind of see if we can get a sense for, the thickness of it. So these would all go here. And then we would put, whoops. Well, I guess we would leave it just like that. Right? And then I think this would go back to this block. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Adds a little more thickness to the wing, gives it a little bit of a curve underneath, and doesn't, make it super bulky. But we might still want to come out like a full block down here and make it just a little thicker, particularly, so that when we get over here, it's even with the thrusters. Bark Stonehammer, how's it going, my friend? Thank you for joining the stream tonight, buddy. Bobby says use the normal ramp on the back. Okay, let's try that, because I was going to do that anyway. I just wanted to see what this configuration would look like first. So let's take these off. You know what? If we do that, we might actually have more options. Because the thing about the half blocks in this game is you're really limited with the half blocks as to what you can do, especially when you start getting into corners. You have more options with the whole blocks, so that in and of itself might be a good reason to do it that way. So let's take all this weird stuff off here. Just remove all this. Okay, everything clean? All right, let's try this with the full ramps. So if we do that, we might be able to do this then. Nope, we can't do that. Wait a second. No, we won't put that there, but let's bring that all the way out. Now, can we do this? Look at that. Ha ha, look at that. Bobby, I owe you a beer. That fits much better. And it brings us down a full block, which I think is what we want anyway. Okay, so let's just work on this a little bit more since I'm kind of on a roll here. I think what we'll do now then is we'll put these guys like this, right? And then these guys like this. There we go. Isn't geometry a wonderful thing? When you can figure out what you're doing. Okay. So that goes there. Nope, not there. Pop that guy out, and then we will do that. Nice. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we needed to do. All right, so I'm going to what the hell happened here? Cool. All right, so let's run back to the base really quick and grab the rest of those engines. We're running out of time here. And let's take this off too. We'll take it for just a quick spin. It's probably not going to turn very well. And then we'll do the giveaway. And then it'll be time to wrap it up. Because I got to get my old butt in bed for work tomorrow. Yeah, thanks Bobby for helping me with that. It's you know, there's things in the game that I want to use half blocks for, but they're just a pain in the ass to work with, especially when you start getting to the corners and stuff. Oh, here's another thing, guys. Those of you who are new to this game, check this out. You know, it's got the night and day cycle, and it's massively scaled down, you know, from the real world, right? But you can fly into the sun. So notice I'm flying west because the sun no, it's setting. I'm just flying into it. I'm catching up with the sun basically. So see how it's daytime here? But then if I turn around and start flying this way, by the time I get to my base, it's going to be full on night. So it's kind of a cool effect. And then that will be a lot more, a much larger scale, you know, when they increase the planets to like, you know, 2,000 square kilometers. Right now, they're only 32 square kilometers, so they're increasing them massively. I was talking about that earlier for those of you who just recently joined us here. Pretty neat, though, how that works. And then, of course, nighttime, as you can imagine, is much more dangerous, particularly in the early game when you're still trying to get started and you don't have a ship to fly around in. There's stuff around here that wants to eat you. So it can be quite the challenge. This is my hovercraft here I built. In case you're here for the first time, I use it right now as a mining vessel. And I have that up on the workshop. If you're interested, you can download it. I don't think I've put this guy in the workshop, but I will. It's actually a really good ship, even though it doesn't look super fancy. It's very functional. And then this here is my water base. So this is all underneath the water here. And this is the living area. So basically I built this you know, water dome. And if I go outside, whoa, do I have my helmet on? Yeah. Then I can just go right out into the water. So it's pretty cool. This was a pain in the butt to build this base too. I have the videos on my YouTube channel of me doing this if you're curious. And then this goes down basically to the engineering place where all the magic happens. So this is where all my machinery is down here. My food stations, my furnace for smelting ores, my constructors for building stuff, storage, oxygen, generators, farm over here with all the plants, all that cool stuff. That's just the very quick tour. Okay, so we have 30 RCSs and 6 more thrusters. That's not going to be enough thrusters, but it should be enough to get us off the ground and just, just be able to fly around a little bit. Since my good buddy Roboticus wanted to see me take the thing up in the air before we end the stream. So let's fly back. I originally started trying to build the the Cylon Raider on the water base back there, but the thing is ginormous, and so I didn't have room for it. So I had to build a pad over here on my original starter base that I made, just so I had enough room for it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove that. Is this the same server as before, or did you guys build a new water base? This is my single-player game, Varg. This isn't on a server at all. Yeah, single-player game, right. This is the one that I'm doing the YouTube series on. But for this particular build, because it's just, such a big build, I decided to stream it. All right, so we were going to pop... Well, you know what? Let's do this. How many do we got? We got 6 of these. Let's just have even up and down and even lateral 4 now. And that's just temporary. It's not going to stay that way. And I'm not entirely sure where these thrusters are going to end up. So for our little flight tonight, I'm just going to put them... What? What the hell? How come it's not let me attach it? Okay, let's just do this. No. Yeah, there we go. So for now, I'm just going to pop these guys right here. And who knows? They might even stay there. I don't know. But for now, I'm just putting them on so we can take it for our quick spin. So let's flip that around, and we'll put one there and one there. That's probably not exactly even, but it'll work for tonight. And then the other thing that I want to do, and wait, I have more thrusters? Oh yeah, right, we were going to do 3. My bad. Let's put that one there and move this one back a little bit, just because symmetry is important, even when you're not actually going to leave it there permanently. We'll run back around this side. And we'll pop this guy here. If I could get it to behave. There we go. Right there. And I don't actually have, now that I think about it, I don't have a reverse thruster on here. So we're going to do something really silly. We're just going to pop this large thruster on the roof. It's not going to stay here. Just for tonight's flight. And let's actually hold it back here too. There we go. Good enough, good enough. Let's see. Let me look at something here real quick, guys. The giveaway ends in 20 seconds. So if you have not entered the giveaway, make sure you type !! Old Guy Rocks and make sure you're following me first. If you're not following me, then you won't have enough points to do it. Sorry, but them's the rules. I did it that way so I don't have people coming in and getting a giveaway and then leaving again. Where did I get this extra engine from? Oh, I do have 2 extra engines, don't I? Okay, well, if that's the case, let's do this then. Let's pop him there. And we'll stick this one right here. Nope, too far back. I still think that might be too far forward, but that's okay. We're going to just run with this. Yeah. If you've already typed in Old Guy Rocks, you don't need to do it again. Let's see here. Also, guys, I'm going to reopen this for those of you who just typed that in. And type that in lowercase, because I don't think it'll go in uppercase. Roboticus, you don't need to type it in, just Varg does. Your name's already in there, Roboticus. Okay, let's see. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me look at something here. Oh. Varg, are you not following me? Varg, are you following the channel? Because it's saying that. I know what the problem is. Okay, hold on a second. I know what the problem is. Let me let's see. I'm going to give you some more points because I changed the point amount after you followed me, so that's why it's not working right. You better be following, man. We've only been gaming for what, like 4 years together now? Let's see. Now, all right, type that in again, Varg. Old guy rocks, old guy rolls. Old guy does the cha-cha. If I did the cha-cha, I'd probably break something. Varg, did you type it in again, bro? There you are. Okay, good. All right. Last chance. Anybody else that's viewing, if you want to enter a giveaway for a free copy of Empyrion as a Steam key or another game of equivalent value, which is $20, you have one last chance to do that. You will have to follow me first, though, because you'll need a minimum of 50 points in order to enter the drawing. That's how I have it set up. So I see that there's a few more people, viewing. So if you want to do that, I'll give you just a couple of more minutes. What time is it? 10:53. Okay, so I'll give you like 2 more minutes. And while we're waiting for that, let's get the RCSs in place. So again, I'm not really too terribly concerned about exactly where I'm going to put these for now. I'm just going to put them in here. But I can tell you, from trying to fly this thing in creative mode, that it's going to need a lot. Because I could hardly turn it, even with, like 12 RCSs in it. And that's why, partly why I have, so much room in the fuselage here for all this stuff. Back here, let's just put them all on the floor for now. I'm going to move these later, so I'm not too worried about where they're placed. Okay, let me double check and make sure that we have all directional thrusters before we take off, or we can have problems. So we've got our verticals. So we have 2 upwards and a pair of downwards. So 4 upwards and 2 downwards. We've got 2 reverse. We've got 3 forward, and then we have the laterals on both sides, 3 down below. So we should be able to get in this thing and actually fly it somewhere. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do the giveaway. All right, so Okan would be proud. I doubt it. Well, he probably would be, but he would never admit it. Knowing him. Yeah, it's a huge, huge ship. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop the drawing. We're going to close it up. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click a button, and it's going to randomly pick one of you guys who entered. And then whoever enters wins the game. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. And Roboticus, you have won. Ha ha ha. Dude, look at that, man. So now you're going to get your own copy of Empyrion. Congratulations, man. And Roboticus has actually been one of my viewers almost since I started my Twitch channel back in November. So very, very happy that he won it. He deserves it. And that's not to say, that the rest of you guys don't either. You do. And we'll do more giveaways too. But very happy for you, man. So Roboticus, you just let me know. Just send me a whisper. Let me know. Actually, what we should do is friend each other on Steam. But let me know what game you want. You don't have to get Empyrion if you don't want to. Just any other game of equivalent value. And just let me know, and I'll get that for you, man. So thank you guys a whole lot. And here's the other thing, too, for all of you who are watching. I do have a multiplayer server like Varg is talking about. And you guys are more than welcome to join us. It's a 20-slot server, and we probably have about 8 dudes on there now. So we still have 12 openings. So if you want to come and play Empyrion with us in multiplayer. The server is, at the moment, it's PvE, but we are going to do some PvP on it too, so we'll try and, get the best of both worlds going. We just haven't worked all that out yet. So you're welcome to do that. Take a look at the information in my Twitch channel, and I have the links to my Discord down there, and also to my YouTube channel if you want to come and subscribe on YouTube and watch my Let's Play videos. Okay, enough of that stuff. Let's go ahead and see if this thing is actually going to fly. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. I forgot something very, very important. Before we take this thing anywhere, just in case something really bad happens, we are going to save it. Okay, so we're going to do an Alt, right Alt O. We're going to save this as Raider B test flight. Okay. That way, if I actually go get blown up or something, we can start over from here. I'm very glad I remembered to do that. Okay. I'm probably going to put ramps or something, to get up in here easier too when in the end product. But okay, let's try this out. Let's power the sucker up. Let's check and make sure we have plenty of fuel. We do not have plenty of fuel. Do I have any fuel in my inventory? I do. Look at that. Ha ha ha. Do I have any oxy? Nope. We'll just have to keep our helmet on. I'm not going to do any spacewalking anyways. We don't need anything in the warp tank. So I think I don't have any lights on this yet either. Well, I have some decorative lights. So if you see how the window's kind of red there, because if you guys are familiar with Battlestar Galactica, you'll know that the Cylon Raider has like a actually it's actually got a black window with a red eye that moves back and forth. And I might be able to make that work, but I haven't, we'll have to see. Roboticus, thank you, sir, for the subscription, man. I really appreciate that. And you know what that means, bro? That means that you actually get a $50 game now. So you can pick a $50 game, or you can pick two $20 games, because that was the deal. Whoever won, if they were a subscriber, then we bump it up to 50. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate that. Awesome. You will forever go down in history as the old guy's first subscriber on Twitch. I love you, man. Okay, cool. What are we doing? We're going to fly this thing. You guys ready? Let's lift off from this view and see what happens. Here we go. It works. Does it stay? Okay. Yeah, it's pretty sluggish, from side to side. And by the way, this is not the kind of ship that you're going to fly in first person, because you just can't see anything out of here. So it's definitely going to be a third person ship. But you can, kind of zoom in or out with the left Alt key. Yeah, I'm not real happy with the acceleration. So I think we're definitely going to need to put the extra large engine, the double XL engine, in the fuselage too. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's pretty sluggish. I would not want to take on a base with this thing right about now. And guys, check this out. Check this out, just to give you an idea of how enormous this ship is. And I'm not done, I'm not done putting mass on it. But look at this. I have, let's do an auto group here. I have 41 RCSs on this thing, and it still turns like a frickin' worse than a tank. It's bad. It's bad. We're gonna have to pack that fuselage with RCSs to get this thing even, somewhat manageable. How's our power doing? When I'm going full bore, we're at 75% power usage. That's not bad efficiency for 4 Jennies. That's not bad, but we'll have to make that final decision once we get, the whole thing built out and it has all of its mass in place. But 4 Jennies isn't doing too bad at 75%. Yeah, side by side, sideways is very sluggish. Turning sluggish. The whole thing is pretty slow at the moment. And that's to be expected. So I'm like sliding my my mouse across the, there we go. I'm doing both a lateral thrust, off the starboard side, and turning the mouse just to get this thing to turn around. But it's a start. It's a start. She's a big old ship, man, that's for sure. It's going to be pretty cool, though. How effective it will be in PvP is hard to say at this point. At this point, not even. I mean, it'll get blown out of the sky because it can't move. But, we're not done with it yet either, so we'll just see how it goes. That's a really slow turn, though. But pretty cool, though, I have to say. I'm pleased with how it's turning out so far. Let's just kind of take a peek around. That's a baller-looking ship, you guys. I have to say, I'm sorry, but I think it's cool. And it's not even done yet. It's not even done yet. If we can get this thing to perform well, this is going to be a cool ship. I would not want to see this thing coming after me in PvP. Once we get all the guns and everything on it. And it's going to have some armaments, too. Trust me. We're going to be putting some big-ass guns on this thing. Pretty neat, though. Pretty neat. I'm very happy with it so far. Alright, let's bring her down. We didn't actually wreck it, so always a good thing. Yeah. Not a bad-looking ship. Off to a good start, if you don't mind my saying so. Okay. Let's cut the power. Hop out of the cockpit. And, yeah, 41 RCSs, and it's still not even hardly drivable. That's just crazy. I might end up having to fill this thing up with RCSs, But the other thing is we're definitely gonna need to put the other extra large engine, which means this engine's gonna actually come out to the end of here. So this whole compartment to here will be lengthwise filled up with at least partly with the engine. So yeah, I don't think I overdid it in terms of the space inside of here, because this thing's going to have to just be jam packed with RCSs. Part of that too, though, it's going to need more thruster power too, for sure. Definitely need more thruster on all points. But even if I had max thrusters on here, it still wasn't turning worth crap. So pretty crazy. When I first started this project, I didn't really know, that it was going to take that much stuff. But man, it'll be worth it in the long run. All right, guys. Well, I got to get my old butt in bed. I got work tomorrow. So I really, really appreciate all of you coming and hanging out with me tonight and helping me celebrate my affiliate status with Twitch. And Roboticus, you in particular, really, really appreciate you subscribing to the channel, man. That was absolutely awesome. And let's friend up each other on Steam. So just whisper me on Twitch, and then I'll hook up with you on Steam, and then we'll get you a game up to $50, or 2 games for 20, or whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. For the rest of you, thank you all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for entering the contest, or even just coming to hang out. I normally stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Tonight was kind of a special thing because of getting the affiliate status. Normally I wouldn't do that on Monday, but you can see my schedule on the channel page to know when I'll be back. Tomorrow night, hey, there's a Demigorgon over there. Tomorrow night the plan is to stream Empyrion multiplayer. Okay, So you're welcome to come back and hang out with us as we stream on that. And then Wednesday night will be Subnautica. And then Friday night will also probably be another Subnautica stream. And then Saturday's pretty much, full on Empyrion, 7 Days to Die, and Ghost Recon Wildlands with Varg Stonehammer and another friend of ours Saturday evening. So I think that's about it. Guys, you have a great rest of your evening. And I will hopefully see you all tomorrow night for Empyrion multiplayer. Okay? Take care, guys. Just checking chat here, make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, Bobby, you wanted to see statistics on that? Okay, yeah, I can do that here real quick. This is what it looks like at the moment. And this is the material that it requires at the moment, and it's not done. So it's going to be a lot more than that when it's all said and done. So basically what this screen does is it just kind of tells you what the way that it currently will perform, with the mass of the ship and the engines and so forth that you have on it. And, we don't even need to look at this to know that it's not even close to what it needs to be. So. No, it isn't actually, relatively speaking. But remember, I probably have at least another 1,000 more blocks to put on this thing. And then that's just blocks. Then we still have to put more components and stuff in it too, and then the guns. So you're saying 4 on the back and 3 on each side? Because we only have 15 on each side. Yeah, I would actually. I think you're probably pretty close to that, and we should hit 4 if I put that third double XL engine in the fuselage, because it's already fairly close. I mean, acceleration wasn't terrible. It could be better, but it wasn't terrible. Okay. I'll tell you what, Bobby, do me a favor, and I'll take a screenshot of this and send it to you, and then just send me all that stuff like in Discord or something. Okay. and we'll go from there. Appreciate the help with that, though. All right, guys. Now I'm actually ending the stream. We'll catch y'all later. I'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully. Bye.